Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Richie B. Have yourself a wonderful day, and we're not going to see each other over the weekend. So have yourself a wonderful season and all the best to you and family. And the very same to you, Audley. Have yourself a wonderful holiday. Once again, thank you so very much for joining us. You know, you mean the world to us. Thanks for joining us on the Bridge 99 FM, and we're going to have a wonderful day. Want to say a very special morning to Team Untengle. So thank you very much for untangling. You know, a lot of people want to untangle broke pocket in a this time, yeah, because a lot of people say them cannot afford a whole heap of thing. Can I tell you something? The greatest thing in this season is togetherness and love. You see, all the little thing them where you can't afford, no worry about that. We teach you how to do without them as long as enough food, clothes, or shelter. So you're going to cuddle up wherever you are, and you're going to make love be the integral part of this season. Now follow the bling. No follow the hype. That will get you depressed, and trust me, it will make you lose focus. So we're going to untangle them. There's something there too. We're going to untangle hype. We're going to untangle that something there. Poverty, I forget untangle too. Because although we're going to cuddle up and we're going to have love and all these things, we want to make sure next year that that poor something there. You understand me? Okay, now time for us to join Cheruth. Good afternoon, Cheruth.
Good afternoon, my queen. How are you?
I'm very well, my love. So, welcome first of all to Untangle on the Bridge 99 FM. And
Thank you for having me.
most welcome. Before we talk about your initiative, let's talk a little bit about Cheruth. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Ah, oh Lord.
Not that hard.
Cheruth, 34, went to Arden, went to UE. I am in love with people now. I just realized that I was here to be with people and to love people. So, you know, that's what I'd like to say about me. I love people. I love working with people.
Well, you
Yes.
know, it's a wonderful thing to love people because, yes. So let me ask you this. You said you just realized. I understand what that means because, you know, the more you mature, the more you know yourself. And the more you know yourself, the more you really know who you are. But I'm going to ask you still, how did you get the idea of Cheruth's creation? And how did you, before we even reach there, how did you come to the realization that you truly love people?
Ah, Christ. He told me to love everybody, and it makes sense. I was a little bit too miserable not loving people, but I realized that the more I love people, is the more I enjoy myself, is the more I get to know myself, is the more I get to know the world, you know. So I would say Christ is the center and the only reason,
Wow,
because
what
of
an
which.
answer. You know what that reminds me of? I think it's Lieutenant Stitch ever tune him say Christ nice. So
True, true, true.
true. Yeah, well, it's for true for real. So that's very nice. All right. So let us talk now about your idea of Cheruth's creation. How did that come about?
Okay, well, I needed to leave my job. I didn't like to wake early and I was only getting hired for a 9 to 5 and I couldn't wake early. I'm late every day. So I realized the 9 to 5 was just not for me. And I needed a way out. And I love the 9 to 5. I love the corporate world because they taught me a lot. Because now in my business, I use everything I learned in the corporate world. So much love to the corporate world, but I just didn't fit in.
Mm-hmm. You just couldn't wake up.
I couldn't wake up. I'm late every day and it's not showing the true me because I am indeed a show up person,
Yeah,
but I just can't show up at 9. So I
yeah.
needed to find something that really and truly spoke to my soul so I could be a little bit more happy because I love my boss and I was starting to not like her because of the job and that's not nice. So I just really and truly needed to feel soul fulfilled.
Oh my goodness me. Untangle team say yes, man. It is after untangle. Yes. We fully understand that here at Untangle. So you got a chance. You got a chance to be yourself. You know, you're so honest and I just love that, you know? So this honesty, this understanding of yourself led you to move out of the corporate world, taking all that you've learned and then doing what?
And then realizing that my purpose was really and truly healing. My purpose was really and truly people. My purpose was really and truly being a little bit more freer than I was so I can more serve people in whatever way, you know.
Okay. All right. So where did that lead you?
To a more fulfilled life. That's exactly where it led me to. I am happy every day,
Mm-hmm.
most of the times.
Okay. What
So it
time?
led me to doing charity. It led me to opening a few small businesses because healing is not about just the herbs that I sell for the uni, but it's all about the farming that I'm going into. It's all about giving back, you know. So it's just a whole mood, my queen.
Wonderful. You know, you talk about the herbs, you talk about farming, and I so get that. And some people who, would just love to be in some stush job. So probably wondering to themselves why she want to dirt up her hand them and sell herb. I get it. So tell me what more is it? Although it is that and more. Tell us a bit about the more.
The more is um huh, this 5 year plan that I have, because I've never had a child before, but I've mothered many. And I realized that mothers believe that, boy, the life ends after a child and there's nothing more, you know? So I just want to divulge into this big, I'm not sure where it's going to lead me, but I see a center with women who have had children younger than the average. You know, not that I don't care for the 30-year-old that have a child, but I want to look at these teenagers that are getting pregnant for them to know life has not ended. Your purpose has not ended. So that is where I want it to lead me. That big center that they have the skill room and you go in there and you learn TD, you go to learn sewing, you got to learn farming. That's where I'm heading.
So that's your dream.
That's my dream, to assist
Wonderful.
persons to fulfill their dream.
Absolutely. I love that. I can identify with that. So the journey took you to different groups. First, let's talk about the different groups that the journey took you to and what did that part fulfill for you?
The first group I would really love to highlight is Women of Destiny because I was an abused child growing up. But this Women of Destiny found in St. James, they really and truly went in spiritually with us as sisters to help us learn skills to overcome our trauma. You know, and we did that through charity as well by helping people that are going through things that we went through, which is pretty strange, you know, but we were there helping people to go through what we went through rigorous courses as well. I was a part of Kiwanis. I was a part of some small people doing some small things, beach cleanup, elite excursions. Although we do camping, we still do charity at Christmas. We do charity, you know, so ha, big up to all the groups, by the way.
Right. All right.
Really helped
So
the line.
you talk about healing and you talk about what it's not just whatever. As you go about on your journey, meeting different kinds of people, what have you come across as the most common thing that people need to be healed of?
Oh gosh. Oh my God.
It can be
But
more
my
than
hand
one.
shakes because I'm nervous to answer.
Go ahead.
Queen, the family.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People need to heal from their family, whether it's their mom that kept shouting at them. So now if a partner shouts, they go into aggressive mode. It's either their father being absent. It's that sister that did nothing in the house and they had everything to do. It's that little brother that did nothing, but the sister had to do everything. I think it's the family that everybody needs to heal from. Different genres. It doesn't have to be abuse, but even just not you getting along with your family and you being unable to get along with your partners by extension because you did not practice proper communication in your family, etc. You know, so people need to heal
Wow.
from their family traumas more than anything else.
Sharuth, I
Something
am so
unspoken. So
happy that you said that. And I'm happy that you said that at this time because, a lot is said about family at this time. And we see people on television celebrating their families and everybody love everybody and everybody share the work equally and nobody now, gaslight nobody. And it is just looking so absolutely wonderful and it just not real for everybody else. And for those who just never had that, I'm sure they're thinking to themselves, is it just me? And it's not.
it's not. it's even some of those people who are pretending that everything is
Thank
okay.
you very
The more
much.
closer to them, it's the more maybe on a night that we're having Christmas dinner, boy, you hear what they really think about the cousin, how their mother really and truly made them be unable to connect with their partner because of their traumas. It's really not.
Wow, it's really not. And sometimes when we go in on families and families who have trauma, we have to be very sensitive. Have you on your journey either trained yourself or gotten training to help to counsel some of these family members?
Ha. Well, I did my degree in psychology. That's the first thing.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes. And I have a personality that I can get along with. I would say everybody, almost everybody. And I've done some training and it is something that I want to do officially. But how I'm going to go about it is actually to start a youth group because I believe when I touch the youths with the honesty, I think we'll be more able to get to the family. If we start with the mother, everything will be okay and it's going to be the children's fault. But when you start with the children, you really and truly get the truth. So I'm wishing from this even that this little teenage center that I'm opening one day can stretch out to just average teens wanting to find their way. And by extension, when I touch the daughter and the son, I will get a chance to speak to the mom and the father after, you know?
Cheruth, you have a revolutionary spirit, just like Christ did. Because everybody are going like when Christ was walking the face of the earth, he was this goody two shoes who usually just stick to everything people tell him what to do. And he wasn't that person. He had a
Hey,
revolutionary spirit.
yes, you remember when I don't remember who Caesar wanted money from Christ, and
Mm-hmm.
Christ did spend the money. But what did Christ do? Send them to go into a fish's mouth for the money. So he's a little cheeky too.
I love that. I love your spirit. I love the fact that someone like you with a spirit like yours did psychology as a master. And you see, when you say that if you talk to the parents, it's going to be the children them fault. So you go to the children, that tell me so you understand what time it is.
Yay! Hey, it's
Okay,
the truth.
go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's the truth.
It is the truth, and that's what I love about just this short interaction that we've been having so far. You clearly are not afraid to speak the truth. So let us talk about some of your accomplishments to date. And you mentioned a little bit about your long-term plan. But as we seal up, let's talk about what you've accomplished so far and what you're looking forward to, particularly in the year coming up.
What I've accomplished is that you mean monetary or
No,
you mean this
sir. Which
piece?
kind of monetary? In terms of
Ah,
no, sir. In terms of your
oh,
journey with the most I send you upon.
hey, I love that. What a peace of mind. I have more respect for people. I have more respect for men. Because listen, because I was abused, man couldn't give me no talk. I've
Mm-hmm.
learned more respect for men. And I believe if we have a country where women respect men more, I think we can get more out of men. So this peace of mind, this
Mm-hmm.
level of understanding, this level of humility, this level of I give myself away, this level of charity. Because look here, I don't think my job pays me more than what people give me. Outside of the charity money, they'll say, oh, this is for charity, but girl, this is for you. So I realize that it even comes around
Mm-hmm.
greater,
Mm-hmm.
so just giving yourself away and never being hungry versus boy when you're at work and you don't know where the next money I come from. This is just a different move, sister. Sister, this is
Yes.
just a different move. What
Yeah.
was the part B of the question though?
Mm.
Whatever peace of mind,
The
peace of
part B.
mind
No,
and
yeah,
love others.
I'm so excited about the part A that I don't even remember the part B. But I can tell you this, I can tell you this though, my sister. The passion that you have, continue to just grow it. Continue to just do what the most I tell you to do. To be brave about it because so from your follow the most I you cannot lose. And just continue to touch people's souls in with the truth.
Amen. It makes more sense. It
Yes.
makes more sense. At one point, I was afraid to admit that, hey, men have ego and we need to tone down as women. But I realized when I tone down, I get so much more. And it's
Mm-hmm.
just the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we just need to calm down. And I
Mm-hmm.
realized that truth work out better. It gives you a freer peace of mind quicker as well. I just want to show some truth all about, even if it means I shall die. Because it's funny, I just might die and more of the truth that I've been posting and speaking about be spoken about. So even speaking the truth and dying, I'm not even afraid of that because maybe my death will really bring the truth right here in front of everybody.
There you go with that revolutionary spirit again. So we just want to say thank you so very much for sharing your spirit with us, telling us what it is that you've done, telling us how your journey has affected you and continues to affect you. And I'm sure there are young people out there listening who just saying, "You go, girl." Have a wonderful day, compliments of the season, and continue to spread your love.
Thank you, and same to you, my queen. You're such a comfortable host. I love your vibe. I love your energy, and you keep the energy going. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so very much.
Most welcome, my love. You take care. Wow, what a energy. We just love these young people, it's not. I don't want to feel like say I'm only partial to young people, We're just partial to young people. No, no, I really am because they are just so motivating, and a lot of people, elders, seem to think that they are the only ones who make any sense, and nothing don't go so. We've been talking to some young people who are really inspiring the whole world and showing us that not the people alone that you see in the 7 o'clock or 7:30 news is young people, but there are young people like Cheruth who are doing wonderful things, who are learning, who are growing spiritually and otherwise. Don't stop. We're going to take a break. We're soon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Beauregard. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Mama. How is everything going?
Wonderful, wonderful. We've been celebrating Christmas right here on the bridge in fine style and, and all these things. My dear sir, I have something to tell you. So I listened to you have a copy of Etana's new CD? The Grammy one?
Yes. Yes.
What a piece of combination she do with Vibes Cartel.
You know that song?
Watch out.
When I got that song a couple months ago, I should say, I started to play that song. I even made it my hit pick of the week.
Really?
Maybe for 2 weeks. Yes, I did. It was different. I said this was one of the better songs that I heard Vibes Cartel did as a combination song. And it's one of the songs that I really love, and I've been playing it here. I even use the drop sometimes here.
Really? Boy, I'm telling you. That's why you say, Beauregard, I don't go with the personality and the genre. But I really prefer to go with just what touch me. Because you see because you know me already, I'm a reggae person. But you see when we hear Vibes Cartel say Etana. Cartel. No, sir.
Yeah, man. Lovely song. I like it. I love it.
Yeah, man.
Baby O is the name.
Baby O, it's same one.
Yes.
I'm still. We played it early this morning, right? So it had the bridge just rocking. It had the flags flying and all these things. There's a virgin of mine, right, Dr. Jelani Nair. And he's a man of my own heart, like the kind of music that I love, culture and all these things. And I just get a text from him a while ago, and among the many things that he said, the last thing he said, Etana and Cartel still have me. You see?
Yeah, man, bad song.
Bad tune, man. Nice, man.
Love it.
She does a nice one with Junior Gang. She does that. I love that. It just tells me that, reggae is alive and well, and the genres are just beautiful together, and there must be no quarreling or problem.
Yes. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, man.
Sounds very good.
Yeah, man.
I was on my way in this morning, sister. I must say I was driving, and I tuned in, and I joined the bridge. And the interview that you were doing this morning, it really set my mood. I really enjoyed the mood that the young lady was in, Cheruth. The guest that you were interviewing.
Right.
Yes, I love her vibes and her energy, her love for people that she says she has really now discovered. And, her dreaming, wanting to help other people fulfill their dreams.
Right.
It's really something, a good attribute that, a lot of people should look into. Trying to help other people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I heard you talking about Jamaican Christmas your side. What are you doing your side?
Well, over here, everybody's just basically trying to avoid the Omicron, trying to keep it out of their minds and just go about their business and just try to be safe, A lot of events are coming up. I have my Santa Hat party coming up Christmas Eve this Friday, tomorrow night. So, we're going to have a good time and do it as safe as possible. And,
Yes.
everybody, it's been a while since, people have really and truly gotten back to enjoying themselves in a normal setting and vibes and things of that nature. So, we're trying. We're trying on this side.
Yeah, the same this side. The Omicron thing have us away till we don't hear from the Prime Minister recently, but I'm sure we're going to be hearing from him to find out what's happening for Christmas and if there are any restrictions and that kind of thing. The last sound I heard him saying that we all got to be, mindful of the restrictions and the rules, and we really do have to be, But I'm hoping there would be nothing too dramatic because, as Coco T said, the people, they miss them, the kind of dancing and them because something, the Lord have mercy, man.
True. Are there any signs of, like people holding up the traditions, like, when Christmas, I remember in Jamaica when I was a youth, when Christmas come around, the house have to clean. The Christmas cleaning have to go on. And, it's like you enjoy the fact that Christmas was coming, but at the same time, I said, I have to do all of this cleaning. And, whether it be painting or whatever. Do people still do the whitewashing and those things?
Yeah, man. And can I say something? You see, because most of us have had to be at home, people are very conscious now about them yard. And it just extended into Christmas. There are certain things, Beauregard, that just now go change. No matter how you see them a fuss and a quarrel and a carry on. We still a go fix up our yard. We still a go paint. We still a go tired coming up before Christmas like myself, yeah. Because, because the
still a go cook.
We still a go cook. We still a go share. We still a go have family. So, those things are still. There's a video running, you see. A friend of mine sent me the video. And it's a man where, a promoter will go on down a tongue, and me I tell you, man, if you ever see that the video, you laugh till you drop down. But it just goes to show that in spite of everything, yeah, man, the people them up and running, man, as we bless up all those down a tongue. The man say if you're stubborn, you can't fix it down a tongue. because some of them fix it.
Everything I go on down a tongue.
Because them a do nails down a tongue, them a do hair down a tongue, them a do everything down a tongue. He say you can all turn blonde if you want to go blonde down a tongue. Yes. You see I'm stubborn here.
Oh, man.
So that video gives you an idea of what's happening in Jamaica. Yeah, man, we're still there, man.
Right. That reminds me of another video I saw on social media where a young man was playing football, but it looked like he might do some bleaching. And the first way I video he might play a ball, and the first way I video I show to him and I say, listen, man, is either you're going to finish bleach or you're going to stop bleach?
Film King Toman.
Yeah. I'll find completely a next color from the next half. The person behind the camera said, listen, either you're going to finish bleach or you're going to stop bleach.
I can't the two of them. Boy. Say,
oh, man.
Hey, but Morgan, you have some video where you watch there. You know what I've just not forgotten? The one where them say you have to report the party there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, I'm set to an illegal party, you know about to report it.
Well,
People them say,
all right, me have two here.
You know about two, right?
Well, you know me that charge them two for nice news.
I believe I seen a video recently where some people are actually, talking about Christmas and festivities. Some people are actually like they were keeping a party, and I guess the soldier them show up and have the people them on the beer push up. have everybody at the party at the beer push up. I was like,
Oh
yo,
God.
Jamaica.
Jamaica don't change your board, God, no matter what. That's why, as much as you see we have we
Oh,
problem,
man.
them, there's a part of we just cannot change. I used to the drama like what you are talking about, what you see on social media. There's never a dull day, man. Never a dull day down here.
No, man. I feel love Jamaica.
True, man. The same way so it go,
Yeah, man. Yes.
Anyway, so this afternoon we're going to be talking to Andrew Bees, and he's online here now. Of course, that's lead singer for Black Uhuru, so we're going to catch up with him and find out what's happening. All right?
Yes, true indeed. Rest in peace to Mr. Garth Dennis.
Yes, we're going to talk about that too.
Yes.
So we catch up later, Beauregard.
All right, no problem.
Okay, great. Okay, so we have live online my brethren Andrew Bees. Good afternoon, Andrew Bees.
Yes, Mama Elise, Queen of, Roots, give thanks and praise every time. Bless up the bridge, on the bridge.
Nice.
All right.
Wonderful to have you on the bridge, and welcome to Untengle. That's the name of the program on the bridge 99 FM.
Cool, Rastafari, blessing.
So we're streaming live as we speak to the tri-state area, and so we want to bless up all those listening on the internet also. So for the benefit of the international community and the listeners, just tell us a little bit about Andrew Bees and Black Uhuru.
Well, differently, Andrew B is like you grew up in a Waterhole, Wheelers, Kingston, 11, and you don't know, over the years, Black Uhuru always been a foundation to Waterhole. So there is where the connection come forth,
Okay, wonderful. We're going to have a lot of questions to ask, as we bless up the Black Uhuru family. We want to send condolences to the Black Uhuru family on losing Garth Dennis. And we know that Garth Dennis was a founding member of Black Uhuru. So we want to just use this opportunity to just bless him up and rest in peace, Officially, same way, so. So when did you become lead singer of this phenomenal group?
Differently, we start out with Dougie Simpson like 1998, and from there we make our first presentation in Brazil, and from there now in 2000 we start an album with King James, Unification, where we start touring Europe with Sly and Robbie, 2000, then we do 2001, 2002 in America. And from there on, some difference happening again, and we link up forward again in, 27, 27, yeah. And we keep moving again from there on.
Okay, wonderful. Every time I talk to someone from Black Uhuru, we really have to remind our listeners that Black Uhuru was actually the first group to receive a Reggae Grammy Award. And those were the days of the original Black Uhuru group. So we just want to send out some love, and with Puma and Ducky and Michael Rose. And trust me, you have inherited a reggae royalty.
See, hopeful. Yes, I give thanks, for the whole presentation and every vibes where it take and I within, the musical entity and thing,
Right.
Give the blessing to the Most High every time.
Every time. All right, we're going to take a commercial break. As I said before, we're going to talk a little bit about reggae music and amazing experiences that Andrew Bees has had with Black Uhuru as lead singer. There are a lot of people talking about reggae here now, and people have all kind of different opinions about what is happening with reggae. And I particularly want to talk to someone like you who is on the road internationally, who understand the kind of energy that real authentic reggae music draw. So we're going to take a commercial break, and then when we come forward, we're going to talk about your experience on the road with reggae music. All right? It is now 1:23, and in case you've just joined us, we are live on the Bridge 99 FM, and we have as our very special guest none other than Andrew Bees. And Andrew Bees is a singer-songwriter and lead singer for the original Grammy-winning group Black Uhuru. So, Andrew,
Yes, I.
Yes, yes, I. First, other question is before we even get into the other questions. Who is the Black Uhuru group now as we speak today?
Differently, you don't know Black Uhuru always, Ducky Simpson, as the founder official, and it's been like that from I joined it, I always alongside Ducky Simpson with every, movement of I and I, present.
Right.
So I would say, it's I man Ducky Simpson and, a daughter where sometimes come in at the group, come sing and,
Okay.
I don't think she's permanent, but they just hire, up front.
Right. Okay. Because between yourself and Ducky, there is a Black Uhuru sound, and that is really what the public really want to hear. That Black Uhuru sound.
Yes, officially,
All right.
because normally without people seeing Ducky Simpson, it's like there is no Black hole,
Mm-hmm.
So, so,
Mm-hmm.
so that presentation with Ducky, that's really, I would have said, is Black hole,
Yeah.
as much as there is so many lead singer involved,
Yeah.
but the present with Ducky Simpson is like, I would say, Black hole.
Because it never changes. It has been there from the word go.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. All right, let's talk reggae music. And what I would like to ask you is to share with us one or two of your amazing stories as lead singer of Black Uhuru on the road. Amazing in terms of the power of reggae music.
Yes, I can, recall, going on the road, with Sly and Robbie in 2000, well, that was really a major, major, great experience to I and I because, out there with the taxi gang, it was like the biggest thing I ever see, performing in front of thousands and thousands of people. And, it was always a great remembrance in I and I brain, and I know, so well, reggae is very authentic and very powerful in the world out there, So it's a blessing and I will never forget that. Sorry to miss, you know, of Robbie Shakespeare passed away, and it is sad, but we gotta keep going on, said we. But that's a really great experience of I and I in Black Hole.
Right, beautiful. And there are many conversations taking place in recent times, particularly about the quality and relevance of some of our more recent additions to the reggae fraternity. As a veteran reggae singer, performer, who is a reggae ambassador, what are your views about reggae out there in the world? Is it still relevant? Is it still potent? Is it still attracting the thousands that you just spoke about?
Exactly, yes, because the massive and crew always there, the voice of the people is like the voice of the Almighty, the voice of music. And people, the massive always there ready for authentic reggae music, and is always there to welcome and, greet us with such respect. So I would say always in light. It's like Bob Marley right now is one of the leaders. He is the one who's leading right now in reggae all over the world. That will never change. That is all reggae is dominant every time in the world, and we'll never get away from that. It always doing its work, and it always representing Jamaica and the roots of Jamaica, which is Rastafari, and the education level of all, the principle to always sustain like roots and culture, and helping people, and religion is love and uplifting movements, that will never change. And the massive will always ready and respect and waiting for that every time.
Right. There are times I go on the road with some of the greats, right? And, I always think to myself, I just wish the average Jamaican could be on the road with, and see the kind of love and respect and honor and sometimes even worship that the people of the world give to bands like yours.
officially, you know, yes, man, the world appreciate Jamaica and Jamaica roots and Jamaica music so much. It's like it's very authentic. It's like the greatest of great, you know. It's like when they're talking about Motown, it's how they accept and love reggae music, you know. So reggae music out here in all over the world, as I travel and I see, people appreciate so much. It's like it's a god to them, you know, and they
Absolutely.
always stretch out their hand and worship that, you know, and Jamaica people and Rastafari to the highest height.
Absolutely. And I've seen it. And I've seen it many times. And we just want to say a great shout out to the veteran reggae ambassadors who out there doing a wonderful job. And Andrew, you realize that sometimes here in Jamaica, among particularly some of the young people, the kind of love that people who don't come from our culture give to our culture is greater sometimes more than the love that we get from our own people.
Yes, because sometimes our own people is just sometimes them get carried away. Sometimes you know what them get teaching of is it called like lies of knowledge. You know they don't really get the knowledge of upfulness. You know, or you know sometimes they mislead. Sometimes, but out in the world, it's like people you know them educate themselves towards Jamaica culture and Jamaica heritage so much. Sometimes even the people in Jamaica they don't even have time to educate themselves of their own, you know, inheritance. So, you know, that's where the fault is, you know. We have to spend more time to re educate ourselves towards what we have and the present what keeping us going is of the roots of ourselves and our people and of Rastafari movement every time.
Very well said. You know, when you say we need to re-educate ourselves, that is just a treasure what you just said a while ago. Because just like you say, I mean, I will go to some of these major concerts with bands like yours that pull in the thousands of people. And there are songs that people of totally different ethnicities know word for word because, like you say, Andrew, them study our culture.
Yes, I and them believe in it. So you know, is that's where Jamaica need. You know, Jamaica right now we need to start believing ourselves and our and togetherness and our roots and you know our heritage and all these goodies that you know we ancestors and you know people before we are set. You know, so we can pattern and keep carrying. You know that legacy. So sometimes we jump out a frying pan and jump in a fire and it's so hot we come like we can't fuse, you know.
So, Andrew, you know, as I listen to this is one of my favorite tracks. May I tell you the truth, Militant. You know, the Waterhouse, yeah, man, bad man. The Waterhouse culture is an amazing culture. As me hear you stand high, you know, we don't say most of the artists them will come out of Waterhouse in another space there. Have such a serious influence. Black Uhuru have such a serious influence over them. So it's not just Black Uhuru saying the stand and now, although it originate from this, so but it pass on. Tell us about that sound there, the Black Uhuru sound there.
Well, different did the sound, you know, in graph it from a lot of the greats, you know. You know, man like Michael Rose, Dan Carlos was like one of the founder of that sound, you know. And, you know, you have Junior Reid, you have Lassie Castell, you have Joe Mundell, you know, and all of these sounds come together. You create this authentic sound where we use it as black freedom, you know, because that's how I see black war, you know, black sound of freedom, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Uhuru is like in Kenya is like freedom, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I really see that sound. I see that sound as the black sound of freedom, which come to really, you know, captivate the world within positive movements and uplifting thoughts and, you know, the whole dynamics of that dynasty within the fullness, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And Black Uhuru is like the reggae Motown, you know, in Jamaica roots and culture, you know.
I love what you say
Yes,
reggae
sir.
Motown because you know I remember growing up as a youth and listening to Black Uhuru. It was one thing to listen to Black Uhuru, but we did always want to know what the man them have on. So there was a whole fashion thing and it was a look thing and a sound thing and it was like I say like a Motown thing.
Yes, I because you see that opportunity come up in Jamaica when time Jamaica was like, looking towards what's next, from the Bob Marley era and thing to our experience because even as that group exists way before I was born, you know what I mean? As much as I was born in '72 and that group was going along a couple of years before even that. So within I knowledge of the elder them, Rona and I who teach I the way of the group and teach I the knowledge of the group. And I acknowledge that group, most people was like looking towards, the next fulfillment of Jamaica roots and legacy within wealth and richness and everything together.
Absolutely. So it's more than a sound. It's like, as you say, it's a liberty. All right. Yeah, man. So, listening to even Militant, right? And we are listening to songs like Soldier of Love. We realize that there's a militancy within the music, there's a fire within the music, but there's also a part of the fire that is relatable to people of all ethnicities. How does a Black Uhuru get to relate to them own people, which is I and I black people, but at the same time without excluding other people? It's a gift. How to do that something there?
Well, differently, say love is music and, music is love. Rasta
Absolutely.
religion is love. Rasta religion is love all the time because people always say, Rasta, what's your religion? And it's like, we are telling them, say, Rasta really don't have no religion. Rasta is just love, hopefulness, and togetherness. So when you put all these things in a pot, it's like cooking a pot, and that's a spice. We put all them things there together, and, we create a ital movement, which is when we say ital, it's no race, gender, or creed. It's just people all over, we say. And we tell ourselves, say, yes, this is the whole metal of the universe. If we can keep that, you keep going like that, we will create a universe of love, togetherness, peace, and happiness, which the blessing coming from the Most High, Jah Rastafari, Haile Selassie, the first. And we use that as, our hands and our feet and our eyes and our brains and every part of our eye and keep it moving within the music.
Very, very well said. Because if love in the pot, if love is your intention, then everyone will go feel that intention. And sure.
And everyone have to get a support of the pot.
Exactly. And it go sweet them.
Yeah, ital sip, you call it ital sip, and the sip will always be there for everyone, everyone will eat and, we will educate ourselves from the pot. We will no more hungry from the pot, we will eat and will not be hungry. We'll be just happy, and that's how we keep the blessing going on.
Wow, so well said. As we talk about the blessing going on and loving of the pot and everyone get a sip off of the food and it's sweet, everyone. What would be your advice to those young ones, either in reggae already or those who are dreaming about being part of this royal music that we call reggae? What you would have said to them?
First, I would say, always have principle, respect, and humble towards the massive and crew, to the people them. That's first thing you got to do. Then now, within achievement, always give back, share, help your community, help our next community. Don't demolish no community. Don't bring down your friends where you grew up in a school with till you want to start kill them off and start create politics within the whole, movement. So just be humble and just take it one day at a time. Respect your fellow man, respect your sister, respect your brother. And it's all come down to respect, and be humble, show people love. And as I said, just always ready to give back. So the next youth, you can pass that torch to, and he may have a light in him hand, and say the youth of today is the man and woman of tomorrow every time. So the youth them is the future. There is no future without the youth them.
Well,
So we
well.
pass down on to them is where them are going to carry. And you don't want you them carry no age, grudge, bad mind and as them legacy. You want them carry love and togetherness, hopefulness, uplifting movements, progress, and education, which is the highest level of the future within the youth them. So that is where we want to take the thing, and that is where we want have the youth them have the understanding, respect and love, for them held on to the people all
Wow.
over.
So very well said. Well, I mean, I could not say it any better. I'm so happy that we're sharing this moment. I purposely never go down too deep into the history because, like I've told you on the phone, we're coming out to another forum here on the bridge where we want to go really deep now with ones like the Iron, the entire Black Uhuru family where we start talk real deep. So we're going to left them little question there for those moments when we really start go deep down into the thing. But Andrew B's, it is just a pleasure reasoning with the eye. It's always a pleasure sharing with the eye. We feel the militancy, but we always feel that love.
I, official, vital.
Is there anything else you want to say before we seal off?
Well, just keep the blessing going as Queen of Love, Queen of Roots. You're always doing a great job from so long, and it's a privilege Jamaican people have you to really keep the togetherness as, you don't know a house without a mama. It's like there is no home. We have to respect the father them still, but a house without a mama is no love. And we see here in Jamaica keeping the roots and the focus of love and togetherness from that time to this time. And that is where we appreciate love you so much. And we give thanks, a mama like you, an empress, a queen, and, everything in one. So just love and happiness. Happy holidays to the people, them, and, enough guidance, and I pray them will us, come together and start see out of them third eye and love each other and again, and they could do the thing where we usually do. Love, love, love.
Yeah, man. And I think they we used to do. Thank you so very much, Andrew Bees. The very same to you. Please send my love to Ducky. Send my love to all those fans that just been loving Black Uhuru for so many decades. Have yourself a wonderful holiday, you and the family, and that includes the Black Uhuru family. Heart of love.
Majesty, I last year first. Bless.
What a wonderful opportunity this has been for us to talk to Andrew Bees. And for those who have just joined us, Andrew Bees is a singer-songwriter and the lead singer for the original Grammy-winning group Black Uhuru. And, it is always such a pleasure to reason with Andrew Bees because you're going to get the militancy, you're going to get Rastafari, and for sure, you're going to get a lot of love from this soldier. Love again.